Now, there are two things that really stuck out to me. There's two clips here that the audio from the environment is not working. Okay, it's this first cave clip where it's talking in the background and a lot of footsteps, and then this final clip when my group is talking about I don't know what we're gonna have for lunch or whatever we're doing here. So you would be surprised at how much of the television, movies, videos that you see actually don't have audio coming from that actual moment of what was being filmed. A lot of the time, the voices are replaced. A lot of the time, the environment or sound that the character is making in frame inside what's going on, the action, is being replaced in post production. And a lot of the times, yeah, audio is taken out from the actual footage and replaced with post production sound design. So what comes out to mind here is I'm going to highlight these two clips so we know what we're working with here. And I'm going to make these brown so that they kind of stand out against the other ones. And it's something that we want to replace. We can take either the audio from the same clip and try to get a different part of that clip. Sometimes this happens. Let's say you're recording at I don't know, a church. No. Let's say you're recording at the beach, okay? And you have your clip. And the section of that clip you decide to use for your visual happens to have not so good audio for that section. But at other portions of that same exact overall clip, there's really good sound of the waves crashing, the birds, or whatever it is that you're looking for that specific clip. Then you can grab that part and put it, even though it's not from that same exact moment in time, but you can still put it there and no one will know. It'll be your little editor's secret. That's option one. Option two is to completely replace the audio from that section completely. And there's a few different ways you can do that we'll walk through. But let's first start with option one to see if for either one of these two clips that we marked that needed to be updated, let's see if we can find a good section for any of those clips. So let's go to this first one here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a duplicate of what we already have here for this audio section of this clip. I'm going to hold Alt, click, drag it out. Now we have it over here. What this is going to allow me to do is to open it up, take out the edit that we made on it without messing with anything in our timeline. Next thing I'm going to do is click on our little keyframes here so that the crossfades are taken out. And this is going to allow for us to listen to the clip in its entirety. Either we'll leave or until we have to leave, whichever one comes first. Okay. It's sounding like there's really not any good moments in that clip that we can use. Let's look at our second clip where we want to replace the audio here. Let's do the same thing. I can also highlight it, do Command C to copy it, move the player head over here, and do Command V to paste it. And then drag out the ends of the clip and delete the keyframe so that we have the clip in its entirety. It's cold. Okay. Whenever you guys are ready. That's not going to work either. So because that's not going to work either, let's go ahead and take a listen back to our edit as a whole and see if maybe there's some other clips we can pull from. For example, this one I know has really good sound. So I'm going to grab that and bring it over here. Okay. I'm going to pull it out and I'm going to delete the keyframes. And actually, we know we use this part, okay? So what I'm going to do is see if maybe later in the clip, which we haven't used, we'll be able to use for an entirely different clip. That's pretty good. So I'm going to move that keyframe over here, delete the part that we've used previously, and I'm going to try and see what that sounds like instead of the current audio for our final shot. I'm going to select this. Actually, I'm going to mute this entire layer. So that's going to mute the audio that's currently there, and it's going to leave the new audio underneath that we just dropped in playing without the other audio. Okay. So I'm going to create a similar crossfade so that these kind of line up a little bit. And let's see how it fits. Not bad. That's not bad. That's a lot better than.
Yeah. Okay. Whenever you guys are ready.
Not bad. That's sounding pretty dang good.